Hi, a wooden puppet wanted to be real. Not better, not more capable, just real. And that wish, held in the heart of an old man who believed enough to speak it into the dark, changed everything. There's more in that story than most people realise. What you believe, you build. Geppetto didn't just make Pinocchio. He believed him into existence. The wish came first, the matter followed. This is not a fairy tale mechanic. This is how identity actually works. Your beliefs don't describe your reality. They construct it. Every thought held consistently enough becomes a belief. Every belief generates behaviour. Every behaviour produces an outcome. And over time, those outcomes look inevitable, as if they were always going to happen, when actually they were coded in long before the first decision was made. Pinocchio was given life. He was also given something harder, freedom, the freedom to choose who he became. And like most of us, when we first step into that freedom, he didn't handle it well. He lied. He wandered. He followed the wrong voices into the wrong places. And every lie he told didn't just mislead others. It marked him, visibly, literally. His nose grew. The evidence of his inauthenticity was written on his face. We don't get a growing nose, but the evidence shows up in our relationships, in our businesses, in the quiet, nagging sense that the life we're living and the person we actually are have slowly drifted apart. The cost of performing a version of yourself you're not. In business, the Pinocchio pattern is everywhere. The founder who performs confidence they don't have and makes decisions from that performance rather than from honest assessment. The leader who tells the story the room wants to hear rather than the one that's true. The professional who says yes to everything and slowly loses sight of what they actually stand for. The nose grows, just not where anyone can see it at first. The cost accumulates quietly, in misaligned partnerships, in teams that sense something is off, in strategies built on a version of reality that doesn't quite exist. And eventually the gap between the performance and the truth becomes too wide to hold. What Pinocchio learned, painfully, through suffering, through genuine consequence, is that authenticity isn't a value, it's a survival strategy. The real self is the only version of you that can actually build something that lasts. The wish is still valid. Here's what I keep coming back to in this story. The wish didn't go away. Everything Geppetto hoped for, everything the blue fairy set in motion, none of it was cancelled by Pinocchio's wandering. The suffering wasn't the end of the story, it was the path through it. You don't get to skip the furnace. The desires of the heart, the real ones underneath the noise, don't arrive without cost. They require you to become someone capable of holding them, and most of us have to go through some version of Pinocchio's journey before we understand that. The wooden boy became real, not when he was made, but when he stopped performing and started choosing. That's available to all of us. The wish is still valid. The question is whether you're willing to stop lying to others, to yourself, long enough to find out what's actually true. Where in your life right now is the gap between who you're performing and who you actually are? And what would it cost you to close it? Hit reply. I read every response. The beliefs running underneath the performance go deeper than most people realise. My Stop Self-Sabotage course will show you exactly what's been coded in and how to start changing it. The journey continues.